Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Right. Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well and welcome back to another Kop-ish Kall-in. Before we get into the calls, though, we are going to discuss a couple of things. Just a couple of things. So first and foremost, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. All right. There's a certain Mr. Mbappe who news has come out today that he's told PSG he wants to leave.
Kall-in.
He said he wants to leave. So I've done a little bit of work behind the scenes. Obviously not to do with the Mbappe deal, by the way.
I was going to say, hello. Hello.
Yeah, just to clear that up straight away.
I was going to say, you kept that one quiet. I didn't know you and Michael Edwards were brethren like that.
All right. So I'm going to see if I can share this. But basically, I've looked at what we're doing right now as a club.
Which is
And how we're operating. And also how we're and how we're operating as a club. Yeah. I'm going to share my screen and let me know if you can see that.
Yeah, I'll say zoom in a bit. In fact, make it full screen. Yeah, I'll say make the document full screen. And I'll tell you how it looks on the laptop on my lappy. Yeah. Oh,
good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Come.
All right, guys. So I've got 3 columns, all of which have the same amount of players. So here it is now. Mbappe's currently on 400k a week.
Damn, son.
So he's on big boy money. So let me I'll make this full screen. He's on big boy money. So to put that into context, our highest earners are Thiago and Salah on 200k. Now, this isn't to do with any sort of incentives, any bonuses. This is just flat rate because that's all we can really work off. Because bonus and incentives, they can change and they can adapt anytime. Yeah. All right. So as things stand right now, Liverpool Football Club are currently operating at, no, that's not the one, or is it? At 2,420,270 per week. That's with everyone we have at the club right now, who's not on loan. Yeah. So what I've done is I've highlighted some players who I think we could potentially move on. Yeah. And their salaries. So Naby Keita, who's on 120k.
Damn.
Xherdan Shaqiri, he's on 80k.
Okay, that's modest.
Minamino on 75.
Same amount as Genie, the one D.
Yeah. Ben Davies on 60.
I didn't even know Hologram could get paid.
Yeah, same. Origi on 60.
To be fair, Divock Origi signed in what 2015, Cal?
Yeah, that's quite big money considering he signed back.
That is, yeah. I think but in fact, he's had a contract extension since the first one, so I'm actually quite surprised he's not a little bit more.
Yeah,
Minamino on him. Sorry, just quickly, Minamino being on more than him, I'm actually quite surprised.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Nico Williams, Ben Woodburn, and Grabara, obviously amongst your likes of Marco Grujic, Shea Ojo and Harry Wilson, but their salaries aren't being accounted for at the moment because they're still on loan. Yeah. All right. So if we were to sell those players, and sorry, Matt, just do me a favor, keep up to the super chats for me because I'm completely
of course.
If we were to do that, our weekly salary would go down to 1,983,270. That's a reduction of 437,000. Yeah.
Gee, those are on wages, bro.
All right. Remember, I said Mbappe's on 400k flat. Yeah. But remember, Mbappe is not the only one we have to sign this summer. So we've already done business and we signed Konate, and he's apparently on 70k.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've replaced Naby Keita with Bissouma. Bissouma's currently on 25k a week at Brighton, so I bumped him up to 70k. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I think that's reasonable, right?
Yeah,
You've almost tripled his salary. I reckon you'd accept that, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then I've gone and added a right back to replace Nico at 40k.
Okay.
I've done 40k because that's sort of in between what Nico was getting and what Simicast is getting, and Robbo.
Calm. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
bro.
I think 40k for a second choice right back, I think is decent.
Yeah.
And then what I've done with Mbappe, I've stuck him on 250k a week. Now, in the hope that Nike would make up the rest of his salary to 400 and we'd pay the incentives.
That's realistic because I think when people say Nike, they'll pay all of his wages, no, but I think they would supplement. They definitely would. Whether it's commercial stuff, Cal, as you said, that would bump up the wages so he's effectively taking home that amount, I could potentially see that happening. That's realistic in my opinion.
All right. So now for the big reveal, yeah. So again, Matt, before I continue, we'd have replaced the outgoings with Kylian Mbappe, a right back, Yves Bissouma, and Konate. Do you think we need to add another player before I do the big reveal?
So that's Mbappe, a right back.
Mbappe covers left. Mbappe for me covers left hand side with Mane and centre forward with Firmino. Jota covers right hand side with Salah and centre forward as well. So we've effectively got 5 players to cover 3 positions. Yeah. And then at a push, you can push the Ox up there, or you can push Harvey Elliott if we keep him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even do you know what? I would say if Liverpool had this summer of Mbappe, Bissouma, a right back, and obviously Konate's already in, we would be over the moon. And I think if we're asking for more, that's us really being like
a little bit,
not greedy, but I just think they're a little bit ungrateful.
A little bit ungrateful.
Yeah, and I know people might be like, no, but they look at year in year out, we don't get a lot. But I think if they was to ever deliver Mbappe and signings on top of that, that's where you kind of have to say, as much as I don't like, I don't like FSG, but they have been successful in this transfer.
All right.
So so
you're good with those 4 acquisitions, yeah?
Yes. Are you crazy?
And here's the thing: people talk about depth, and I get we've lost more players than we brought in. However, the players we're bringing in will, in my opinion, improve the depth of the squad because the players we're letting go are players that either don't play or are very injury prone. Barely get any minutes. The reason I'm keeping Ox is because of the homegrown quota and his versatility and the fact that he does make an impact a lot of the time he plays.
Makes sense.
Whether it be goals or assists, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the big reveal, Matt. If we did all of that business, our wages would be 2,413,270 a week, which is actually a 7k saving on what we currently pay right now.
Are you serious?
Yes. Look, the maths are there. Quick maths. Michael Dapper settings. So, Matt, I ask you guys, and before I go on, 97 Science Jamrock says move Milner the hell on. I'll drive him. All right, again, I did look at Milner. The reason why I'd say keep Milner for another year is just to help some of the other players bed in a little bit more.
Yeah. Also, Cal, let me quickly read out a few supers. I'll read out a few before we get onto that point you're about to make. Go for it. Mr. Shall I tell you what, Drift? FSG said he's 53 million for the summer, 36 mil for Konate, 5 and 12 for Thiago Jota installments, and you can make other signings through sell to buy. Okay, fair enough. I get where he's going with that. Like he's trying to say the mad stingy. 9075 Jamrock says tick to Klopp about moving these highlighted players on. And he was there. There's one other person. I saw ya. Where are ya? Here you are. 975 Jamrock again. Oh, he did say move on Milner. That's all so far, Cal. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So again,
break it down.
Here's the thing now.
Degenerate.
So here's the thing now. What I've not done is account for players like Salah Virgil, and Fabinho getting pay rises. That's one thing I haven't accounted for.
That's true.
Because I can't account for that. I can't even estimate what those are going to be. But I'm just saying right now, if everything stayed how it is,
yeah,
we'd actually be operating at less weekly than we are now. Now, again, I expect that to increase with the contract extensions, but that is a natural part of progression of football.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't think that should be an issue. My basic 2 questions are, 1, do you now think it's potentially realistic that we should be in for Mbappe, even though I know the transfer fee could be mad? And my second question is, how hard is it going to be to sell these players that I've listed or highlighted? So I'll take away the I'll stop sharing the screen. I can bring it back on if we need to.
Cool.
I'll stop sharing. But that's how sad I am, people. Before the show, I spent half an hour just doing that. I was
not sad at all, bro. You just done some due diligence that people have probably been waiting to do themselves, but you just went in and done the work. Also, as well, just let you know, your internet's got a little funny, bit.
Is it?
You kind of went in and out for a bit, but I think you're back now.
Cool.
Worst case, no, obviously didn't do a reset, but I think you should be good though. All right, your first question is, how realistic is it that Liverpool can get Mbappe first of all? Yeah, and it's probably going to be, dare I say, as you said, is it going to be the fee or the wages? Probably the fee, because as you said, if it's the wages, you can probably lean towards Nike, and I think Nike would do that. I think if Mbappe was to genuinely say, I want to go to Liverpool behind the scenes, just like how Thiago did at Bayern Munich, I think Liverpool should be able to do that deal. The reason I say that is because of this. Yes, there's a pandemic, but we've been told various summers that, even through various journalists as well, that Liverpool are kind of not going too crazy in the transfer market because they're kind of waiting for that generational talent or that rainy day where when they know that player is going to come on the market, they can act swiftly. Well, this is your moment. This is the time. If there's ever a time to show what you were saying, even going back to when we won the Champions League and JW Henry said, I'll give Jurgen what he wants. We're going to give him, the funds to improve the squad. This will be the moment. And I think it's realistic, genuinely. But the only problem is, though, the only club that could obviously take him away from us, in my opinion, is Real Madrid. Not even Chelsea. Even though Chelsea have got the finances, there's something about Mbappe. Maybe it's just because of what I read or what I believe. I don't think he wants London. I think he wants Madrid because he's always wanted to play for Madrid and Zidane and whatnot. And it's the whole Liverpool are in fashion. I love Jurgen Klopp. So it's out of them 2 clubs, in my opinion. That's how you get him. You have to lean hard towards him. Yeah.
So now I'm asking, how hard is it going to be to sell those players? And
this is the bit now.
Is this part of the problem with our model?
Well, Liverpool may have to kind of take some losses if they want to sell some of these players because it's not a buyer's market. We're still in a pandemic. We're not fully out of it. We won't be out of it fully probably till sometime next year. So, even today, Cal, you brought the news today on our news show about Harry Wilson. And I think was it Benfica?
Yeah, Benfica won.
Benfica won him. Now Liverpool apparently are in deadlock talks with them, or it's kind of like talks have broken down because Liverpool want 12 mil, and I think they offered around 8 or whatever. So unless they come up with a better deal, that Liverpool look like they might be stubborn. But sometimes with some of these players, Cal, we might have to unfortunately take a hit because we might not get the full fee we want. But I think if we get enough or we get an adequate amount, I don't think we should be licking our wounds, so to speak. So Naby Keita, I love the guy. You guys know I'm his biggest fan, but he cost us £54 million or whatever it was. Yeah. Liverpool ideally would want to sell him for like at least 45 if they could, but that's not going to happen. He hasn't played. He's injured. Can't put performances together because of injury, right?
Yeah.
You may have to sell him for 30 or something like that. If you can get someone who wants to take a chance on him, whether it's 25 rising to 30 or something, you can do that. Xherdan Shaqiri, He's doing himself no harm in the Euros. He's balling out right now.
Yeah.
He's, do you know what I'm saying? So there's wiggle room there, Cal. We can sell them, but it's just going to be a lot harder than it would be under different years, isn't it?
All right. So my next question, I'll just read out the super chat really quickly. So
Yeah.
Adam LFC, right? Rudy Galetti from Callum Mercato says Liverpool preparing a £100 million bid for Mbappe.
Yeah. Do you know what? I saw that. Yeah, pinch of salt. And the reason I say that, he's only got 4,400 followers. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Now, I would just say, from what I can see, I personally wouldn't say he's as creditable as some of the other journalists that we all know about. And that's just only going by, I can't remember the last time he broke a story. And that's just me being genuine. So, but if the guy is creditable, then please let us know. But I haven't seen anything. And I kind of feel like if Mbappe news was breaking, he wouldn't be the only journalist getting it. It will be your usual suspects. Do you get what I'm trying to say, people? So I think I've taken a pinch of salt.
Mr. Shall I tell you what Drift says? Cal been doing this since January. That's dedication. 1975 Jamrock says, how did you come up with those numbers, Cal? Because the base annual salary for all those players in 2021 was 126 million without bonuses and 199 in bonuses for 325 mil. So I've basically found these numbers on quite a few different websites, Liverpool dedicated websites and a few like financial sites as well. Again, not saying these numbers 100% accurate, just saying what I found. And again, obviously none of this is concrete, but these are the numbers I found. Whether they're true
it's
or
like
not,
averages. It's like averages, isn't it? Like, we're not saying it's definitive, like that's the wage bill, because no one really knows a player's salary, like down to the T, unless you are the player or the agent.
Yeah. Also, I just pick up on this. So, Daji, I know you said earlier in the comments, Daji, that you think this is another show getting wasted on unrealistic targets. I don't think it's a waste of a show because we're only going to spend another 5 minutes discussing this, and then we're going to have the Kopish call-in section of the show. But also, I do think it's like, I mean, if the reports are out, I do think it's something we have to discuss. And I think by looking at the numbers, we can kind of start to see whether there is any realistic options about the deal whatsoever. And I think looking at the salary numbers, I think there are some realistic options there. But again, it's just me doing some maths and seeing how it worked out. And you also said that you'd be happy if we got Rafinha, let alone Kall-in. All right, so this is what I want to bring up next. Now, all those players we sold, or ideally would sell, would they cover the transfer fees? So we all estimate that Kall-in and Mbappe would be around 100 mil, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Yves Bissouma, we reckon maybe around 35 mil, yeah?
Yeah.
We've already bought Konate, so that's done. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then a right back, would you say maybe about 10 million for a right back?
Yeah, I think so, because I think you could probably get maybe another Tsimikas. But when I say Tsimikas, I mean
a right-footed or right-back.
Yeah, but hopefully he plays more games and he adapts a bit faster than Tsimikas. Because believe it or not, dare I say, I think Tsimikas, we might see a lot more of him this season.
I think so as well.
And even
Tsimikas will come good.
Yeah, and big up Neil Jones, who we spoke to yesterday. He's even saying himself that he reckons that we're going to see a lot more Tsimikas this upcoming season. So there's belief there that he's still good enough to make the squad at least. So
precisely. So again, by my maths, that's 100 for Mbappe, 35 for Bissouma, and another 10 for a right back. So I made 145 mil. Here's the question now: can we raise 145 mil through the players? So again, do you want me to bring up on the screen again, just so we all see?
Yeah, because I think 145. I think you'd have to really. I don't think you get 145 off the top of my head, but you'll probably. If you saw them players, I'm trying to think. You might get close to like 70, 80, maybe, because you got Frank Grujic in them, man. Grujic as well, innit?
Yeah. All right. So here it is now.
Yeah.
So Naby Keita, what are we saying we could get for Naby?
Realistically, because even though Naby's been very injury plagued, I still think there's probably teams that will take a punt on him. And there's always a team where they're gonna go, okay, financially, this is like a financial gamble for us, and we can kind of do that. Whether it's they're chasing something and they believe that, right, if we get this guy for a cut price fee, then we'll take the risk. So Me personally, I reckon you could still get about 25 to 30 for Naby. I think 25 base maybe, rising to 30 potentially.
All right. So I'm going to do
Yeah.
25 for Naby then. Shaqiri.
He's the Bob. Do you want to know something? Shaqiri, whenever he goes to a tournament, reminds everyone that he's a 25 million pound player. But if you look at the amount he's paid at Liverpool, you probably say about 15. You know,
You reckon
15 rising to
for Shaq,
20.
yeah?
15 rising to 20 for Shaq. Because I think Shaq's probably got suitors that we probably don't even realize. Like for example, I don't know, like a German team. Like I'm trying to think, but they wouldn't really spend a lot of money. So, mate, wow, if I said to you, Inter Milan or AC Milan, do you think they would, like, I don't know, 17 mil for Shaq? I don't know.
No, I do 17.
Because he's good enough, bro.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so the next player would be Minamino.
Oh, boy. But you know what? He was bought for 7.5. I reckon you can flog him for, like, between 15 and... No, I wouldn't say 20. 20 is too high, isn't it? Enough. I'll say 15. I reckon you could double.
15.
Southampton will buy for 15 if they... Or around between 12 and 15, I reckon. Yeah.
Okay.
I say 12. Let's go 12. 15 maybe a bit high. Say 12.
All right. You reckon 12? I reckon we can get 15. I think 15's...
You think you can get 15? Okay, fair enough. Go 15 then. Yeah, go 15.
Yeah. Ben Davies, I'll go 5 mil.
You know what? How much was Ben Davies? Was he free?
No,
500,000 or something?
5 mil.
I'm going to say 3 mil, bro. Realistically,
It's
like
free.
3.
Not even a 5, Matt.
Because he hasn't played, so people are only going off what he done at Preston. Apparently, Celtic were interested in him and another Premier League club. Can we get 5, Carl? I don't know, bro.
No,
all right, let's go 5. Let's go 5.
All right. Next one, Divock Origi, 15.
I reckon 15. At least 15. Because in today's market, a striker with any bit of quality goes for more than 10. He's not just a striker that can play. He's a striker that can play and score goals and get important goals. And he's done it in Europe. And I think he's got pedigree. So I would say 15, rising to... do you know what? Dare I say it? He's 25 years of age, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
He's 25, bro. 15 rising to 20. So I'd say 17.
17 for Divock.
Yeah, bro.
All right, cool.
Yeah, bro.
Nico. 10. I reckon we can squeeze 10 for Nico.
10.
All
right.
I
say about 10.
Ben Woodburn, I'm going to say 3 mil.
Yeah, only because of injuries. Dare I say, Carl, if it wasn't for injuries, as was because of Neil yesterday, he might have even been in our squad, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Grabara, I'm going to go 3 mil.
Yeah, I'll go with that, yeah.
Awanini, I'm going to go 8 mil because that's the price that's kind of been quoted around.
I agree with that as well.
Gruitch, I'm going to go 12.
I'm going to go 12 to 15. Between 12 and 15, yeah.
Ojo, I'm going to go 5.
5, yep.
And then Harry Wilson, I'm going 12.
I'm going 12 as well.
All right, so I'm going to total this up, Matt. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this off the top of my head, people.
No, but I'll tell you what was the fee that you thought we needed to get? Was it 120 something?
No, 145.
Yeah, we ain't getting that. We ain't getting 145, bro. You might as well take off the 1. 4-5 in the building. Yeah, we ain't getting that. We are not getting that, boy.
Matt, if we were to sell all those players...
All right, quick maths, and this is just me. I'm going to say, off the top of my head, we'll get about 86. That's just a random guess.
Working it out, that fee came to 132.
Right, my maths are really off. 132.
132. So again, I'll read off the list. Naby 25, Shaqiri 17,
Let me get my
Origi
calculator.
17, then Davies 5,
I don't trust your math.
Minamino 15, 10 mil for Nico, 3 for Grabar and Woodburn, 8 for Awanini, 12 for Gruitch and
Oh
Wilson,
yeah, I forgot about that, man. There still.
and then 5 for Ojo.
I forgot about the little man there with the A's and all that. I just said quick maths. Bad maths, but quick maths. But
So-
if you can get 100 but all right, let me tell you this though. What we are saying, I think is so legit, and I don't even think any journalist or any scout, any manager would disagree with the fees that we're saying. The only problem is this though. Does a club ever sell that many players in one transfer window? Because that's the issue. I've never seen a club, in my opinion, Cal, or from what I've seen, sell about 10 players, 8 players. Have you?
No, but have we ever seen a club, or have we ever been in a position where we've needed to sell this amount of players in one summer?
That is true.
Because we've backlogged players. Let's be honest,
Excuse
we've backlogged players.
We do,
Like,
we do.
Wilson and Gruitch should have been gone a couple of seasons
They
ago.
should have gone time ago. We should have now. Dare I say it, and that's not an excuse, but if we weren't in the pandemic, I think those guys would have been sold. I think those clubs that wanted to buy those players would have stumped up the cash, but they couldn't. So
Here's the thing, though, Matt. I don't buy as, and this is where I actually agree with 75 Jams. I think we tried to be too cute last summer, and it came back to bite us because we got bids of £15 million plus for Harry Wilson. We said no, and now we're debating on whether we sell him for 8 million after a season. Like that's half the money gone.
yeah, bro. Do you know? Do you know? I also heard as well. Trying to remember who told me this, but I think it was even maybe heavily reported that Divock Origi, there were bids coming in for like £20 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Or between 15 and 20. And at the time, I was like, he might be useful. Do you sell him because knowing Liverpool, we might not replace him and rare to test? So I was a bit unsure. So I was like, let me see what he does this season. He didn't play. And I don't know whether it's because Jota was just so outstanding or whether Jurgen Klopp just lost patience. I don't know, but he didn't play compared to the season beforehand.
Yeah.
He just didn't play, bro. There's something's going on behind the scenes. Also, we spoke to Neil Jones, and Neil Jones said he's well liked and he does things in training. Everyone goes, wow. But in terms of match day squad, Cal, he's not really there. So I don't know, bro.
Matt, we went through the figures. If we're able to sell everyone, we hopefully would get around 132 mil. We've worked out we'd need to spend around 140 mil, 145 mil in an ideal world if we were to try and capture those players. So we're still short around 13. I personally think the owners could put up 13 mil. I don't think that's asking for a lot. So again, we'll see what happens. It'll be very interesting to see what happens.
We will. I mean, who knows what's going to happen this summer? I think I'm not saying I've got inside information and you're not either, but I do think there would definitely be a lot more movement than there was last summer. I know that's not really saying much.
Is that outgoings or incomings?
I think
because last summer we signed 3 players, wasn't it? It was Thiago, Tsimikas, and Jota.
Well, I think there'll be more outgoings, and I think the incomings. I think the level we're expecting, the level that we're thinking of, it might be a bit better than what we're expecting. Because I'm hearing people say, we're not going to get no one, and Kall-in might go Chelsea, and Hakimi might go PSG. I would just say this. I'm not saying I'm in the know. I'm not trying to say I'll speak to all the journalists, but all I would say is let's give it till the end of the window. That's one thing I will say. It's a little bit of patience in it because we got Konate.
We have to give it to them.
Do you know what it is? When we got Konate, and shout out Jiff as well, who unfortunately can't make it tonight, but Jiff will be back, people. Don't worry about that. He will be back. It's like when you go into a restaurant and someone gives you garlic bread, and they give you that taster, that teaser, the starter. That's what Konate was. So now you want the main meal, innit? That's exactly what it is that we're all craving for. We're sitting at the table, Konate was garlic bread, and now we want the pizza. We want the thing now, innit? So shout out Drift. Hopefully that's a good analogy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Micah Johnson says, big up, bros. Opinions on City signing Kane and Grealish, United signing Varane and Sancho,
let's not do that.
signing Ben White and potentially James
Do you know
Madison.
what? Phone in or dial in and talk to
Yeah.
us about that because
Short
that's
answers
Yeah.
to those. City getting Kane and Grealish, in my opinion, means they almost guarantee the league next season. Varane and Sancho going to United means they become a force to be reckoned with in the league. And Ben White and Maddison going to Arsenal, as things stand, I don't think changes that much at Arsenal.
My answer will be a lot shorter. If Man City get Grealish and Harry Kane, this will be our fan base.
Please! Please! No!
That's the fan base.
It literally would be. It literally would be. Right, people, we are going to open up the phone line shortly. So the link will be in the YouTube description. So,
Indeed.
guys, you will get 1 minute 30 to ask your question or make your comment, and me and Matt will get a minute each to answer. So that's 1 minute 30. So, guys, as always, there's a little bit of discipline here. If you go over your 1 minute 30 or me or Matt go over our minute, this is the message you'll be greeted with.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I'll repeat. If you go over your 1 minute 30, this is the message you'll be greeted with.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
We don't want to have to drop it, guys, but we will if we need to.
And just to make everyone feel better, Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted, Hakimi deal at final stages, made it clear to his agency he wants to join Paris Saint-Germain. Personal terms are agreed.
Come
2026. Feeling from Inter, once PSG improved their bid to around 7 million euros arrives, the deal will be signed and completed. So, yeah, PSG are spending 70 million euros on a right back.
Good.
Damn! Damn!
Fine by me. As long as he's not in the Premier League, it's
right
fine by
back.
me. But that's fine, I don't care.
I know he's not. I know he's not in our league, but we could face them next season in Champions League. But they're dropping 70 M's on a right back.
I hear you. But if we played him in the Champions League, the most we could ever play him is 4 times. I fancy my chances over 2 legs against PSG if everyone's fit. But hopefully we don't even see them. And if we do, we smash them. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, people, phone lines are open. Let's get you guys in here. So click the link in the description on our YouTube channel. So that's the link in the description of our YouTube channel of this video, and you'll be able to get in. All right, people. So we're going to bring on the first caller. So, no, that's not you.
Bring it on my double. Go away, bro.
You try to take everything I work for.
Innit? Try to take everything I work for, man. Conor McGregor, try to take everything I work for. You don't ruin my faggies. You don't ruin my faggies.
You out here fighting, or you punking out the guys in the back in your weight class. Why don't you fight someone real?
I fight someone real. It don't my face, man. You know, take some Conor. Try to work for. You don't ruin my face.
Oh my word. Oh my word.
We didn't even start the callers yet, people. I'm sorry. I'm done already. Let's do this, bro. Let's do this.
LTF, how you doing, bro?
What's up, guys?
What's going on, bro?
Bad, bro? Not too bad.
I just want to say yesterday's show was honestly, it was amazing, man. Neil Jones is like my favorite journalist anyway, so when you guys got him, I was so excited.
Nah, Neil Jones is quality.
Yeah, Neil Jones is quality, bro. Trust me.
Guy as well.
I'm not even just saying it because we had him on. He's quality, bro. Trust me. He's the guy, bro.
His articles are, it's amazing. But yeah.
Brilliant. All right, I'm going to start your 1 minute 30 now, yeah?
Yeah, okay, let's go.
All right, let's go, bro.
All right, so my first question is a bit trip past memory lane. Do you think if we would have kept Arena instead of buying Mignolet, Do you think we would have been actually, won the Premier League perhaps that season, that 13-14 season? Maybe, the League Cup when Klopp came in and stuff. And my second question, do you think, who would you list as the 4 captains? Because, Klopp likes to have 4 captains.
Yeah.
With Heaney leaving, I would personally put Robertson in there, and Robertson, and then if I were to put a 5th person, it might be Trent or Salah. I don't know, one of them two. Or Alisson, actually. I like Alisson too as a captain. And my last question is, do you how many trophies do you think we'll win next season? I personally think we'll win one of the Prem or Champions League. And then I think it's about time Klopp wins the domestic cup. I think we'll win a domestic cup.
Cool. All right, bro. We're gonna answer these now.
Indeed, we're gonna chop it out, bro.
Yeah, you guys keep doing
Nice
your
one,
thing.
bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Take care, bro.
I heard man like Matt yesterday saying Sturridge and stuff. Can we confirm, is it here we go, or is it talks are ongoing, or
Ongoing.
It's ongoing, bro. Negotiations are they're tough.
Yeah. I tell you what, this is for everyone in the comments. Go and pester Daniel Sturridge and tell him
For
about
real.
Kopish and it'll start.
Give us a help, bro. Trust me, we're trying, bro.
We need a bit of help from the fan base with this one.
Yeah.
So
definitely. All right, guys, keep doing your thing. All right,
nice
peace.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, Matt. So the 3 questions are: if we kept Pepe Reina instead of Mignolet, would we have won the league that season? And also, would you have helped in Klopp's reign? Who should be the 4th choice captain now that Genie's gone? And how many trophies will we win next season? So I'm going to start the minute now, yeah?
All right, cool.
Go for it.
Would we have won the league? No, although Mignolet was nowhere near as good as Reina, in my opinion. Reina was a better goalkeeper, but I don't think we would have had enough still, because I think the squad was still imbalanced. In terms of the captains, I would go Hendo, Virgil, Milner, and then Trent. Cool. And what was the other question?
How many trophies do you think we'll win next season?
I generally think we'll win 1. I just don't know whether it's the Premier League or the Champions League, but I think we get 1 trophy, 1 major trophy. Is that all the questions, or is there more?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
all
cool.
I'll answer now. So I agree. I don't think if Reina had stayed, I don't think we would have won the league. Everyone forgets Reina's last season with us as well. He wasn't the same Reina. I don't know if that's because he was fed up or what, but he wasn't the same Reina. So no, and plus our defense was poor that season, so it wouldn't have helped even if we had bought him. 4th choice captain, I'm going Trent as well. No, not. In fact, I'm not. I'm going Robbo.
Okay.
I'm going Robbo. And then trophies won next season. I'm going to go one of the domestics. I don't know if we'll do the league or Champions League next summer, unless we are able to get all the positions covered that we need to get covered.
Fair play. Big up Conroy's one in the chat.
Talks. Yes,
big up, bro.
Go and subscribe to Conroy's channel if you haven't already as well.
Trust me.
Great topics over there. And well, you guys know Conroy's smooth as silk as well, so make sure you go.
Trust me, Conroy's the guy, bro. If you haven't gone over there already to his channel, I beg you go and do that, man.
Yeah.
That's our brother, man. Conroy Talks, bro. Trust.
All right. Gonna bring in the next caller. So
Kazan Army, do you want to mute? Let's mute him because he might not be ready. Kazan Army, should we meet you, bro?
No, I'm good. What you guys say?
Sure?
Yeah, not too bad. How you
doing?
Right. Are you having some? No, are you, bro. Are you
he's out. It's cool. I thought, okay, it's calm.
Yeah, it's not the mic, man. I'm huh?
I can see the kids. It's calm, bro. It's calm. It's calm.
Yeah, I'm with my cousins, man. Sorry.
With the family, yeah, that's calm.
Bro, me and Matt both got kids, bro. We know.
Trust me, I know what it's like. I'm waiting for my little one to run up on me now and be like, "What you still doing filming, bro?"
Nah, man. Thank God. What's it called? No disrespect. I ain't got kids yet, man. The 20-year-old, you get me? I'm just chilling with my few cousins, you get me? Still haven't reached that prime yet. I still haven't reached that time yet, you get me?
It will come.
Yeah, man.
Just remember to breathe. That's all I'll say, yeah? Breathe and don't take it too far.
Yeah, man. Facts.
Enjoy the moment,
Enjoy the moment, man.
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy it. I also go quickly before we start, Matt, man. Congratulations to your baby girl, man. It hasn't been a full Kopish without you, man. I know that Drifty's not here yet, but I know you two are gonna carry the torch for the rest of the show, and bless up for everybody, man. That's what I'm gonna quickly say.
No, I appreciate
Thanks,
it, bro. Enough love, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, okay. I'll start my minutes right now.
Cool.
What's it called? My point is gonna be about the FSG talk about what's it called? About the FSG in and the FSG out. And my problem with the FSG in, I got a quick question to put on for them, is that before Klopp came in, did they ever see the success that we pointed out? What's it called, that Klopp has put into this club from 2016 till 2021? Did they foresee Liverpool becoming a successful club without the help of Jurgen Klopp? Because in my opinion, they underachieved every single season that they were our owners. They never spent no money without selling. They never helped the club in any type of need. All FSG have done is ride off of Klopp's back. That's all they've done. And everything that Klopp has done, they ride out. Because if you look about it, they never came to the 2016 Europa League final. They never came to the 2016 Carabao Cup final. They never came for any of that. And they still want to be the people that say, oh, we the person that backed up. And my other problem is, why does everybody compare the Glazers to FSG? Why are we comparing them to the worst? Why don't we compare them to the best? Why don't we compare them to Abramovich? Why don't we compare them to the Leicester City owners? Why should we not do that? Why are we comparing them to Conte? Why are we comparing them to the worst of the worst? We need to compare them to the best. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's my problem with FSG. That's my problem with FSG. And one more thing about FSG is, we always talk about John Henry. Where's Mike Gordon? Where's what's it called? What's the other guy's name?
So you got J.W. Henry, Mike Gordon, you got Tom Werner, and
Tom Werner, that's the guy. Tom Werner, where is he?
President.
Yeah, he's president. Where are they? What? And my problem is, when John Henry made the apology, where were they? They're part of FSG, aren't they? Why did they not do an apology? Why did it have to be only John Henry? I hate John Henry. Like, I absolutely despise the guy. But I'm not going to be the person to say, okay, he did his apology. Where's everybody else? You can't apologize for them. Okay, I see the time, guys.
I was giving you a little heads up.
I'm gonna have to drop it in it. Cal, and this hurts me because you got part of my name in your name, and you got Neto's name.
Cal, quickly before you drop in, what's it called? It's gonna come. I know it's gonna come. My bad. FSG out every single day of the week. Let's go.
Yeah!
Cal's Neto Army. Well, we're gonna pass over.
Big up,
I
bro.
can't answer those questions because I kind of agree with a lot of what you said. So we're gonna have to speak about that in the next FSG versus outro. So do me a favor. Pretty much what you just said there, I'm gonna record that down, but also just DM me if you can as well, bro.
Yeah, I'll DM you, man.
Nice
And by the way,
one,
quickly,
bro.
just before we finish, just one more thing. Jamrock, I know you're watching this. Get ready for the smoke, mate. Because I've already been looking at the things that I'm gonna be talking about. And one more thing, Matt is on my side, Drift is on my side, Kall's on your side. You're the only person. The 4v1 G. We move.
Man's cutting the dog real quick.
We're cutting this dog already, G.
Big at yourself, bro.
Sorry.
Bless up to you and the family as well, bro. Bless
Yeah,
up.
man. Thanks, man. Thanks.
He made some valid points, and
He
obviously
did.
there's always two sides to the coin. But I just quickly want to touch on something, just ever so quickly.
Yeah.
When he spoke about, what were FSG expecting even before Klopp? I kind of feel like it's a thing of this as well. Like, until Klopp came in, and obviously won his first trophy, we saw progression, and then we saw success. But what happened before that? Like, it's like, I know we use the term top reds here.
Yeah.
But are top reds blinded by what happened before Klopp? Is it the manager that's overperforming to what he has to work with? And that's something that I've always wanted to ask somebody who's fully FSG in. And I'm not trying to say the person that's fully FSG in is wrong, but I'd like to ask them that question. Like, if Jurgen Klopp wasn't there and we were like a Spurs and we didn't get the manager right, would you still be that type of FSG in? Because then the manager will be struggling.
And
So
I will also say, so people are rightly saying, did we not almost win the league under Rodgers? I'm like, yes, but almost.
almost, but we didn't.
We didn't.
We didn't
And
win
again,
it though.
if you're looking at Rodgers' whole tenure, Rodgers finished 7th, 2nd, and 7th.
Yeah. So you can say
So,
one season.
so I mean, all right, that's like all right. If we were to tease Man City fans saying you haven't won the Champions League and they turn around and said, well, we got to the final, we'd be like, okay, you lost though, innit? So
Yeah.
we can't say that that's success because we almost won. I just want to shout out to Stephen here. So Stephen saw me out in TGI Friday on Father's Day and we spoke for a little bit. Stephen, you're absolutely lovely guy. I'll be honest, one of my, not, I won't say nightmares, but one of the things I kind of haven't got used to this whole YouTube thing is meeting people who recognize me before I recognize them. And I'll be honest, every interaction I've had with someone I've met face to face, I can't speak highly enough of how nice people have been, how complimentary and just overwhelmingly nice. So thank you very much to Stephen and everyone else I've met face to face who's been doing Kop-ish. And Stephen, you're a great guy, great dad. So yes, thank you to all you guys. You guys are the best, man. You were going to say something, Matt.
What was I saying again? I've actually forgotten. What was I saying? You know it's Friday night, man. Jeez. I can't remember what I said. No, I did that whole that like basically what I wanted to ask somebody who's a fully FSG in is that, you know, before Jurgen Klopp, like, what did you really think of FSG? Are you only saying that now because of the success that Jurgen Klopp has had? That why you're so fully FSG in? Because without Jurgen, what are we really doing? Like, really, like, honestly, we're probably like a Spurs, but we're trying to find managers and no one wants to manage us because we're not really getting the results that we should be getting. Let's not forget, like, as you said, Cal, Brendan Rodgers, and I rate Brendan Rodgers, young manager at the time, but I think the players, dare I say, what let Brendan Rodgers down, in my opinion, is that his coaching was amazing, but his managing behind the scenes probably, I think you can, when you hear certain things, it might not have been the greatest.
Yeah.
Like that,
he got given too much too soon.
Yeah, Daniel Agger had got my man at Swansea.
Moses.
Pepe Reina shoved him at the door. Brought in Victor Moses, who, and again, I think he's a talented player, but spends more time playing GTA on PS4. Yeah. And again, I'm not going to go to the transfer committee because that's him. But again, Raheem Sterling, could he have handled that a bit better, or was it Sterling's agent? I kind of feel like even the documentary,
both.
bro, when he badded up Sterling on the documentary, was that necessary? There's just little things where you think, young coach, could he have done a little bit better? But I respect Brendan Rodgers, trust me, and I think he's learned from that anyway. And I think he's a very, very good coach. So.
Yeah, I think what it was with Brendan, and a shout out to Chris Brack from the LFC Day Trippers. I think what the problem with Brendan Rodgers is, I think he got too much too soon. So he was a young manager, and he got a lot of control of Liverpool Football Club. Like, I don't think that should happen. We didn't have a director of football at the time. We had this committee. He had a big say on the committee, and I was like, some of the signings he was trying to make that the committee actually blocked, you were just like, good. But at the same time, some of the signings that he tried to make that the committee overruled, with like Moreno for Bertrand, for example. Yeah. So it's like, plus like his in-game management while he was with us was poor. And dare I say it, we've seen that at Leicester as well. Yeah. I don't think there's a coincidence that 2 seasons in a row they should have qualified for top 4 and they missed out on both seasons. I don't think that's a coincidence.
They were, I wouldn't say clear. They had an advantage to the point where we all sat there and thought Leicester are definitely in Champions League. Yeah. It's going to have to be Chelsea that we have to take out.
Yeah.
And it ends up Chelsea and us, and Leicester missing out again.
Second year in a row. So I don't think it's coincidence.
Then you wonder why players like, you know, Maddison, who I think is loyal, but when you got clubs coming in for him, you might think differently, and it's mad. It's mad.
All right, going to bring on our next caller, Francisco. Francisco, can you hear us?
Hey guys, good evening. Hope you're well.
Good evening, bro.
What's going on, bro?
I'm just continuing the FSG chat. Do you know what?
I'm going to start your 1 minute 30 now, then, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it, bro.
One thing I've noticed is as well, and respectfully saying this, but I've noticed the fan base has this attitude of not airing out dirty laundry in public, so to speak. So no one's ever really saying FSG out like with full force, so to speak. Like we do a little protest here and there, and you'll see a couple of tweets here and there and whatnot, but it's never to the extent you'll see in some other clubs where they're really trying to make some noise. And I don't like this because it's almost like FSG's getting away with, treating us dirty and doing us wrong. And another question also I want to ask is, of course, Mbappe is the dream, but in case we can't get him, which is probably most likely, who, now that the transfer window is open, are you really trying to go? Should we go for? Because I've seen a couple of players do well in the Euros, like Marlon. You've seen the other guy from Germany as well, who's supposed to replace Armani, but I wasn't quite impressed with him. So who necessarily would we go for? And for midfield as well, who would we go for as well?
All right, so midfield, who do we go for? And
striker. A striker, yeah.
An attack.
And then and FSG right, as well. Not FSG, not voicing our opinions as well.
Yeah, cool. A nice one, bro. Like those questions.
Right, cool.
Chop those up now. All right, Matt. Do I have to go first on this one?
Of course, can, bro. Yeah.
All right. So regarding midfield, I'm going to be very cheeky. I think realistically, Bissouma's the one I'd like. But Leon Goretzka's going to 1 year left on his contract. I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to let that sizzle in your spirit. But Leon Goretzka's got 1 year left on his deal. Midfield, so that's covered. FSG, I think there's a lot of the fan base who I think are a little bit clouded by the fact that we won the league and Champions League in a short space of time and aren't looking at the overall reign, in my opinion. But I understand it as well because the Premier League especially was the holy, so I get it. And then regarding attack, if we don't get Mbappe, I'd personally, out of all the other names touted, Rafinha would be the one I'd want to go for. All right, I'll start your minute now, Matt.
Cool. In midfield, I'll probably say, realistically, we're looking at Newhouse, that's what I'm going to call him, and Bissouma. It's out of them two, I think. And speaking to Neil Jones, I think it's out of them two. And obviously, he wasn't confirming, but there's an inkling that it's one of them two. Attack-wise, you man already know. I want Rafinha bad. But I've got a funny feeling Liverpool might go for either a Donya Marlon or an Andre Silva or even an Alexander Isak. I don't know. I'm not sure. Who I personally want is Rafinha, but I'll be happy with that those names I just mentioned. In terms of FSG, 100%. I think FSG kind of get it easy sometimes, I think they really do. They've done us kind of dirty a few times, and I just think sometimes we let them off the hook. And you're right, maybe some of our protests and that, we don't really go ham and we're a little bit 50-50 or put a foot in, but I don't think it's enough, and maybe we should do more. I knew I was out of time, I didn't know, but I kind of want to see the video as well. I knew I was out of time. Go on, play the thing. Yeah, go on. Yeah! It's so aggressive. Yeah!
So
aggressive, bro. But yeah, no, I just think FSG, like I said before, I don't know, man. I wonder whether Liverpool fans hold off a little bit because we kind of know that FSG aren't going nowhere, sorry, no matter how much we don't like them. That's what I think. I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to bring in someone. And the reason I'm laughing because I can already tell you he's going to mention at least one person we should sign. I'm going to bring him in. He's a familiar face of the channel. He's someone that we love here.
I knew it was Ramsey,
you know what's gonna happen, bro. You know what's gonna happen.
What's going on, Rams, bro?
Oh, I'm good. I'm very, very good. When I heard midfielders, I'm like, I beg. You can see it on the private chat. I said, I beg.
I just saw it now. Literally just saw. I just saw it now. Still.
But I'm going to do it anyway.
Rams. Go on in. You should be signed for midfield, Rams.
Going in.
Look, you know me, yeah. It's got to be the Austrian maestro, Marcel Sabitzer. My guy can score from 35 yards out, dictate play. He's got an engine and he's very durable. So he can do the dogged work that Wijnaldum used to do. This guy is perfect. He is perfect for us, and we absolutely need this guy. But then again, Cal said Goretzka, and I didn't know he's on 1 year of his contract, and I think Goretzka is the best midfielder in the world. Box to box midfielder, box to box.
Box to box. I was gonna say,
Kimmich
competition, you know.
Kimmich was there.
Kimmich, KDB, Thiago,
of course, yeah.
Kante.
Box to box midfielders. Goretzka is the best out of everyone, better than Pogba in my opinion. So, yeah. The next thing is talking about strikers. Cal, you know me. I've been plugging it all for the last couple of days. You know the song that I told you about. I'm just dreaming and I'm hoping that Robert Lewandowski signs for Liverpool so that Cal can sing this song for all of us. It's a great song.
Louis, can't you see? Sometimes your goals just hypnotize me.
What about that? That would be
we would love it, but it ain't gonna happen.
Have faith.
No, that's true. I hear you.
Cal's playing out names at Goretzka. There's a chance we could get Lewandowski. Come on.
So, and the only reason I say Goretzka though is because remember he's in the last year.
You've got a year left. Where Lewa kind of, I think, because of the stage of his career.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Do you know what? It's so sad, yeah. Because Rams, what you're saying is not even crazy. It's just that I think Lewandowski being like 31 or 32, if he was 29 or 20, or dare I say like 28, I genuinely think Liverpool would try and get him. But I think it's the whole policy. You know, when it, and I hate to say it in it because it's depressing, but we don't really go for older, players when over 30, especially in attacking positions. When was the last time we bought someone over 30 from an attacking perspective? Huh?
Oh,
just
I was going to say Klavan.
From an attacking perspective.
Not even just attacking. I can't
Mad,
think of the last time we bought
Wasn't Klavan.
How old was Morientes when we bought him?
Morientes was over 30, I believe.
It must have been him.
He might have been 29 actually.
Was it Morientes?
Didn't we sign Klavan?
Attacker.
Oh, attacker.
Yes, I said attacker, bro.
Yeah, I ain't got any names.
It's Morientes.
Robbie Fowler.
Oh yes, Robbie Fowler back. Yes.
Oh yeah, but that was a reason. What was he? Did we pay for him?
No, we.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
That was back in what 2007. 2007 it was.
Oh, this is what I'm saying.
Eesh.
We were sponsored by Adidas. It was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
But Levy's Levy, bro. Levy's Levy.
Bro,
Levy
you know I say Lewandowski. Come on now. Lewandowski, bro. But I don't want to dampen what you're saying. It hurts when we have to talk like this.
When I hear stuff like Kane to City, Haaland to Chelsea,
I know.
I want my toy, bruv, to be just as good. I want my toy to be just as good. I want the best of the best. I want Lewandowski. I want I'm going to say it now, the best player in the world, Lewandowski. Man scored 3 goals with Poland. A bunch of... I don't want to be disrespectful to Poland.
Lionel?
I said best player in the world I think is a little bit steep. But...
Lionel.
Levy.
Over Messi?
Levy.
Fam, I'm not going to lie. Lewandowski ain't the best player in the world.
Levy scored 41 goals.
No, I hear you.
A 45-year-old record.
No, I hear you. But Messi's been breaking records since the day he dropped at Barcelona, bro.
It's true.
Yeah, but he's going down. Levy's going
I
up.
don't even think Messi's declining. I'm not even going to lie.
Messi's just, Messi's just changing position. He's just in transition. He's gone from a right winger to a centre forward to a number 10, fam.
Nah, man. For me, Levy's the. I think people forget how good of a link-up player he is. Like his.
No, not at all. Lewandowski is phenomenal. Maybe I'm biased towards Messi. It's just.
Oh, Sancho is so close. Sorry to cut you, bro. Sancho is like. It's done. Yeah. Basically, let me just be real. Sancho's done.
It's done. It's done.
Sancho's pretty much done. From what I'm.
And quickly, 3 more things. Yeah, 3 more things. Well, the first thing was Matt. You're spot on with the whole Brendan Rodgers and his man management. He's a very good tactician. I think you guys can relate with England in a sense. Glenn Hoddle was a very good tactician, but in terms of man managing and handling himself within the press, he's meh. Like I still don't. I won't forgive Rodgers for selling our best centre back at the time, Daniel Agger. I will never forgive him for that. He should have
Bruv,
stayed at Liverpool.
trust me.
And the last two things has to be a Gerrard question. Always has to be when it comes to me. What is his expectations for the 21-22 season for Rangers, in terms of Europe, domestic cups, and league? And the last thing is, there's a debate for both of you. I got you two players. You can pick which one you want. Who was the better player, Raul Gonzalez or Alessandro Del Piero?
Ooh.
And I went for the theme, two players that represents a club, and they both represent
like club icons.
Gigantic clubs.
That's a bigger. That's
I'm
a
gonna
big
be
one.
real. I already know who I think is. Oh, actually, I know. I think yeah. I know it is.
All right, Rams, bro. We're gonna chop those up now. So Gerrard, his expectations for next season, and Del Piero or Raul. It's a tough one.
That's mad.
Peace out, guys. See you guys later.
Peace.
On. All right. Take easy, bro.
We might as well do the first question just quickly, and then we'll see who we both pick. We might even pick the same player.
Yeah, I still haven't even picked a player.
No, bro. I'm trying to buy time.
That is a tough one.
I'm trying to buy time. All right. So let me go first. Let me go first with the Gerrard team.
Yeah.
All right. If Gerrard stays at Rangers, I don't know whether they're going to repeat. I think what Gerrard done is so sensational to the point where I think he will definitely challenge for the title if he stays at Rangers. But I don't know whether they'll win it. They'll definitely be in the top two. In terms of Europe, it's just unfair to Gerrard, but Rangers don't have a big enough squad, I think, to go deep into the tournament. So I think they get knocked out kind of early, unfortunately.
All right. So I think they'll win the league again,
and
then I think a successful European campaign would be getting to the last 16 of the Europa.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, I think, would be a massive success.
Agreed.
Raul or Del Piero.
Let me say this. You know what it is? I'm cheating. It's who,
so I'm gonna cheat as well, but go on.
I'm gonna cheat. It's who I prefer. I prefer Del Piero. For me, what Del Piero done at Juve and what Raul done at Spain is like between a hair's, like it's so close. But I think, in my opinion, dare I say it, Del Piero, I feel like was a little bit more clutch in the bigger moments. I don't know. There's something about Del Piero and Italy, and I think it's because it goes back to when I started watching football from when I was young, and I used to see what Del Piero used to do at Juventus. And I remember when I was in the playground and that, and obviously I used to be like, I want to be Del Piero. There's something about it's the favoritism. It's the whole. I just think Del Piero. I don't know actually.
I'll be
no. I'm sticking with Del Piero. I think Raul's sick.
Complete. Yeah.
I think Raul's sick, but Del Piero, I just think, has got a little bit something extra.
Yeah.
If you ask me what it is, I generally don't know, but I just think there's something a little bit more that he's got than Raul. But that's not taking nothing away from Raul. And if someone else tells me Raul, I'm not gonna fight you, bro. I'll just listen to what you have to say, innit?
Same. All right, I'm gonna go Del Piero. I think he's overall a better player.
Yeah,
overall. Also, just to clear up my comment about Gerrard, the reason I said last 16, with all due respect to Rangers, even if they qualify for the Champions League, I see them going out in the group stages and then going into the Europa and then going through that route. All right, should we get our next caller in?
Yeah.
One of our faves again, Mr. Morecambe himself. The legend that is.
Yes.
Jamie
I like Jamie in the building.
Yeah, guys.
Not too bad,
mate.
brother. How you doing?
How's it going, bro?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks. Not too bad.
Cool.
Good. All right, Jamie, I'm expecting gold from you. I'm going to start your 1 minute 30 now, yeah?
No pressure, Jamie. Like what Cal says. No pressure. I'm expecting gold, nothing else. No silver.
Jamie always delivers on the platinum and gold, so I'm being easy giving him gold.
Go on, bro. So, NATO's army talks a load of cack. I am now with Jamrock. So when that debate happens, I'm with him. I'm sick of it. So,
Straight off the bat. I love the cat. Go on, Jamie. Sorry, bro. I'm not. This ain't eating your time.
No,
anymore. It's not. So don't worry.
I was going to talk about other things, but when I keep hearing about this stuff, it's doing my head in now. It really is. Other thing, people are seeing City go spend ridiculous money, and they are. I mean, Kane and Grealish were over 200 million. Is going to be ridiculous, and they're going to give Spurs a lot of washed up rubbish they don't need as well. So it's ridiculous, and we can't compete with that. No one can compete with that. But our first 11, our team we got out, our first 11 is still at a world class level. Obviously, what we need is more depth, and I'm hoping we do get that depth in, especially in attacking areas, because the African nations in the winter is a worry, missing players. Even if it is only 2 or 3 games, 2 or 3 games can lose your league. Yeah. So that's a worry. So I'm hoping that's sorted. Other people say FSG have never gave Klopp time to build a squad or give him the money, and I just think that's crap, personally. And when you look at Klopp's first team he took at Liverpool to the team he has now, FSG have obviously helped. Even if they sold, we have still got arguably the best 11 in the English football. It's just the whole squad, but we don't have the money for that because FSG don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
Personally, that's me. But
so here is, sorry, go on, Jay. Go on, Jay.
I'm just bit of me. I'm old. I'm 40 in a couple of months, so this might just be me. But what I hear of FSG out is there are a lot of young people who are so used to getting what they want in this day and age. Well, I mean, what do they want? Do they want FSG to start printing money like the Tory government and giving it to everybody? I mean, what do they want them to do? If they've only got so much money and they can only give the team so much money, that's what we got to play with. That's not FSG's fault. If my dad only had a tenner and can only give me a fiver because the other fiver had to go and milk and bread, I'm not going to hate him, am I?
That's true. What I will say to that though, Jamie, is, and I think this is where, because I'll be real with you, there's two sides to both in and out. There's the FSG in, like yourself and Rack and 1975 Jamrock and others who will articulate why they're FSG in. But then you've got some FSG in who just won't hear any bad about FSG at all and will just kind of shut it down.
No, then people are idiots, right?
Yeah, but then also on the other side, you've got FSG out, who some of them like can articulate themselves and say why, but also be open-minded. But you've got some parts of FSG out who are just FSG out no matter what they do.
Oh yeah.
I think the issue with FSG, and especially the example and analogy you use there, when you say, for example, FSG haven't got the money, and I know what people are going to say straight away is who we're going to sell them to, who we're going to sell the club to. Fair enough. That's another question within itself. But if FSG aren't in a position where they can manage the expectation of what we have become as a club, should they not potentially look to move on and do something else?
I agree with that. If they don't think they can progress this side to levels of, say, that Madrid level, that's where you aim for. I mean, maybe not the Madrid now, but the way, you want to aim for that level, the biggest club on earth. Yeah, that's the level you want to aim for. And if FSG don't think they can do that, then they should move on to set up to new owners. My only worry, as a Liverpool fan, I don't want them to sell up to owners who will put us in massive debt. That's my main worry. So we'll say, at least with FSG, we haven't got huge debts.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
They don't take a lot of loans out of the club. I mean, if Man United got sold tomorrow, they'd be still left in a lot of debts because that debt is ridiculous over there.
Yeah,
But
agree.
I just don't. If FSG have only got, I just look at it. If FSG have only got a certain amount of money, most of the money we win, as in leagues and Champions League and all that, at the end of the day, most of that money goes on the club behind the scenes and wages, and whatever's left goes on transfers. And if they can only afford that, they can only afford that. That's not their fault. But if, like some outers, they want the new toy in town, and your Mbappe's and all that, then they'll have to sell on to make that possible. I mean, I can see us buying Mbappe. I really can. His younger brother that's just signed for PSG. But I mean, that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's just I remember a few years ago we was in for Hazard, but it wasn't the proper Hazard. It was his brother.
Yeah, Forgan. I remember that. Yeah, back in the day.
We buy the brothers. We buy the crap brothers. So, do you remember Shayru? And I think his brother Benoit Shayru was the better player. We wanted him, but we got Rooney. You know, we buy the worst sibling and try and make PR around it.
No, look, I hear what you're saying, Jamie. Look, there's
I
arguments
get
for
what you're
both
saying,
sides.
though. Yeah,
I think just for me, look, I'm not going to sit here and say would it be nice to have owners like City who splash the money every single summer. I'm not going to lie and be like, no, I don't want that Liverpool. Yes, I would love that Liverpool. As a Liverpool and football fan, I would love Liverpool to be able to say, yes, we can buy any player we want in the world.
Yeah.
But apart from City and PSG, no clubs can do that. But what I would say is, I would like us to be in the conversations if once every 3 years a player of Mbappe's quality or Haaland's quality became available, I would like us to be in that conversation, or I'd like us to even put bids in and say, look, we're big Liverpool. We didn't go big last summer or the summer before. This player is generational, could take us to a level we've never seen before. Let's try and get this player. Let's make it happen.
I agree with you there. I totally do agree with you. And that's what's good about debate. It's not, you know, I am in, but I can understand Out's opinions. It's people who are just one way or the other and they don't agree with nothing. That's not a debate. And then people with them debates, it's hard to talk to. But, oh, there's my door.
Well, look, we're going to let you shoot anyway, bub.
It better be Morley. But
I was going to say, I bet it's Morley, you know. I don't know why.
I was just going to say one thing quickly. With Mbappe, would you think, say we got him, say some miracle happened, you know, FXG, they found a printing firm, got some money, and we got Mbappe in, would Mbappe outscore Mane and Salah? Because I've been watching Mbappe closely for a while now. I don't think he's that very good of a finisher. I think everything else he does is technically brilliant, you know, and his speed is ridiculous. But finishing wise, I don't know if he outscores Salah in a good season. And when Mane's at his best, Mane's at least a 20-goal a season guy.
Yeah.
Would he outscore Mane? I'll leave it at that.
That's a good question, you know.
We'll answer that now. Question. Jamie, go and enjoy your Morleys, bro. Shout out to the family. And until next time, bro. Thank you as always, man. This was platinum as well, Jamie. You yeah, this was platinum. This was platinum.
I better retire now then.
Nice one, bro. You take it easy.
Take care, bro.
And you guys, bye.
Again, great questions by Jamie. All right.
Trust me.
I'm gonna do the Mbappe one first.
Yeah, go.
I think he outscores Mane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he outscores Salah. But one thing I will say is Mbappe is probably a better finisher than Mane and Salah.
Okay.
I just don't know if he'd get more goals than Salah, because Salah is a machine. Salah's literally a machine. And for his first season in the Prem, I don't know if he'd outscore Salah, but I think he would outscore Mane, especially if he's playing regularly. But one thing I will also say to it, he's not as clinical as people think. Hence why I've always been on the Hence why I've always been on the Haaland train. Mbappe's he's a better player than Haaland, no doubt about that, in my opinion. But as a finisher, I think Haaland is the creme de la creme. When Mbappe is one on one with a goalkeeper, I think 7 out of 10 he scores. I think Haaland scores 9 out of 10. Matt's doing that. Oh, I'm about to break it down.
No, this is your moment. This is your 1 minute. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, my minute's done. My minute's done.
Okay. Let me. Because all right, you know what that
was like? You know in rap battles, yeah, when one person's speaking and the other one's going, no, I got him.
Nah, do you know what it is? All right, can I go now? Yeah, start 1 minute from now.
Yeah, go on.
I start now. Mbappe scores more than Mane. I think when it comes to Salah, I'm not sure. It's a race, and I think it depends on how selfish each person wants to be. Yeah. Because if Mbappe wants to be really selfish, I think he scores more than Salah because I think he's slightly better finishing than Salah. But at the same time, I don't know, because I don't think Mbappe beats Salah's best season of 43 or 44 goals in a season. That's another thing as well. I don't think Salah beats that. Mbappe beats that. I really don't. I just want to get the player, bro. I don't really care. I just want the player, innit? Like, I'm going off topic here. I just want the player. I literally just want Mbappe. Sign him up. That's why I leave it there. Just give me the player, bro. Not only that, though. I know we finished. I want to bring something up. I'm going to bring something up into the stream because I saw a few people.
I'll read the super chat while you're bringing that up.
Yeah.
So D-Dub says, the problem I have with our owners is that they're reactive and not proactive enough. Our club should be 2 steps ahead, not reinforced once players age. That's a good point. Although, and again, you guys know where I sit with the whole FSG and FSG out thing, there are aspects of their ownership where they have been proactive. Commercially, they're proactive. You have to give them credit for that. I think 100%. They were proactive in getting Klopp. Because Klopp, apparently, if rumours are correct, they actually tried to get Klopp in the summer before we actually got him in the October, but he said he was still on a break, and then we managed to get him. So that shows proactive. And again, they could have let the season go out with Brendan and then got Klopp in the summer, but they were proactive in convinced him to come out of his sabbatical early. So those things you have to say as well.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, Matt. What's this?
I leave this. This is what I'm going to say. So, can everyone see that? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me full screen.
Right now, full screen it, bro. Full screen it. I'm going to take the people through. I'm going to give the. Let me. This is on Marker, right? Okay. Yes, on Marker, and this is by Chris Winterburn because a lot of people were talking about him in the chat. As you know, people, I'm always in the chat. I see everything. I'm going to read this article for people that can't see it or whatever. Real Madrid will unlikely have a clear path to try and attempt Kall-in Mbappe to join the club, with it understood that Liverpool, I repeat, Liverpool have inquired about the availability of the French forward this summer. Mbappe's contractual situation is one that, by now, almost everyone is aware of, with the prestigious talent having just 1 year, solitary year left at the Parc des Princes. Whilst Friday afternoon, so PSG signed Mbappe's younger brother to a youth contract. The elder brother has thus far shown no similar appetite to tie his future to the French Giants. Irrespective of Nasser Khalifi's rather bold comments, which suggest it will be impossible to lose Mbappe on a Bosman in 2022, it's actually the French international who holds all the cards. PSG don't want to sell. To this point, PSG have been clear that they have no intention of selling Mbappe this summer in order to avoid a financial loss that will come if he departed on a free transfer. Furthermore, PSG appears to be trying to tempt Mbappe to stay with a replenishing of the squad, highlighting their ambition, although if Mbappe needed proof of PSG's ambition in the market, he's going to be miserable at most other clubs. Paul Pogba has been discussed by the French club as a close friend of Mbappe and international colleague, while Sergio Ramos and Cristiano Ronaldo could both bring serial winners mentality to PSG dressing room. Liverpool's inquiries, and I repeat, Liverpool's inquiries seem more out of hope than expectation, particularly with regards to this summer, with the Merseyside club unable to buy until they move players out of the club. Sell to buy. Salah Mane. Klopp enjoyed a difficult 2021 season and full of injuries, derailing his hopes of defending the title before the season had begun in earnest. Yet, one area of concern was actually in attack. Diogo Jota was a fine signing, adding to the element of energy and production to the front three that had been a fulcrum of what the Reds did well. Yeah, both Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah were both poor parts last season, and time is not on either their side. The Poppins funded a buy. Salah is more reliable performer, but he's very resale valuable for his age, and the teams that don't care about resale value already have better players in that position. It's unclear whether a swap deal was discussed between Liverpool and PSG, which included one of both Mane and Salah, but it's unclear that the Merseyside club are preparing a longer-term future without them. Would Mbappe move to Anfield? Listen, I could go day in, day out. I could continue with this article, but I just wanted to put that in there because...
All right, Matt, can I bring something up now and show you?
Of course!
Yeah.
The spreadsheet.
No, that's not a spreadsheet. This is the tweet from Kevin Palmer. I don't know if you're going to be happy with
Kevin!
this, Matt. I'm going to
What's he
screen
saying?
this.
Please tell me it's not horrible. Am I going to just like...
You're not going to be happy.
Come on. What's he saying?
Kevin Palmer. The weekly stories linking Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool are bizarre. There is zero chance of FSG financing the deal of that magnitude unless they get 120 mil in from selling a big name, and that seems highly unlikely. Sorry, Matt.
So just when we thought there was a 1% chance of Mbappe, it drops now to a 0% chance.
Basically,
we're Liverpool Football Club, and yet I get what Jamie's saying, because it's not about getting the new toy.
Sorry, this is basically what Kevin Palmer just did to football Twitter or Liverpool Twitter.
Shut the fuck! Shut! Oh shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else.
This is Liverpool Twitter right now.
I'm so tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
And this was me drinking my apple juice when I read that tweet.
I ain't gonna let him show me up. I'm good. 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 Good.
Bro. Bro, I don't even.
Although, hold on, Chris Brack here. Chris Brack says yes, lads, but it's Kevin Palmer. He hasn't got anything right since VVD, which was due to his Southampton connections. He has no links to LFC.
All right, Chris. One thing I'll say is this: what you're saying is true, but Kevin Palmer. I'm not trying to say I know Kevin Palmer either. He doesn't even probably know who I am. But he said from March, Liverpool are trying to get Konate. From March. He said it from time. Liverpool are trying hard to get him. Everyone was laughing at him, and look what holds. So I would say he still does his due diligence. He still does his contacts, whatever. Maybe he doesn't have a close tie with the club how he used to, but I think he's got enough contacts to probably know if an Mbappe deal was to be struck. That's one thing I probably will say. But, bro, Chris, I hope you're right, though. I hope I'm wrong, because Mbappe's the dream, bro. Mbappe's the dream. Killing Mbappe at Liverpool, yeah, do you know what it does, yeah? It doesn't just lift the fan base, yeah? It lifts the city of Liverpool. It lifts every single Liverpool fan around the world. Bro, you'll see casuals that buy into the whole Liverpool just bought Mbappe. Yeah, the French kid is supposed to be one of the best players in the world, like, up and coming. Like, it lifts everything. It's like, I don't know, man. It's one of those things that you get every now and again where it lifts everybody in football other than rival fans.
For real.
I don't know, man. It's so big, bro.
Indeed.
I'll
Right,
check
gonna
in with
bring
Kevin from Stephen. He saes check in with Kevin Palmer. I'll speak to him, but I mean, I'll try to see if I can get hold of him. But
yeah.
I'll do my best.
Gonna bring in our next caller, Rudy. Can you hear us, bro?
What's up, guys?
Rudy.
Innit?
Rudy.
Rudy.
But I'm the original one, you know. One for Mbappe.
Say again, sorry, bro.
Before the questions, can I talk about something? Because it breaks my heart, bro. Fuck off this Mbappe news. You know, before two months, I'm like, oh, we get an Mbappe. 1 week later, no chance for Mbappe. Oh, I'm calming myself. We're not getting Mbappe. 1 week after, there's a chance for Mbappe. Oh, come on, we can get 1 week later. No chance. My heart is breaking, bro. In pieces. Fuck off, man. This FAG. Yeah. To start with the questions, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? I almost forgot. Congrats on the daughter, Matt. Congrats, bro.
Thank you, my bro. Thank you, bro. Really appreciate it.
I hope she is well and you hope you're okay.
Thank you, my bro. No, she is, man. And we're both doing well. Thank you. And so is the family.
Okay, good. To start with the questions, they're simple, but first question is, who do you think is the UFC GOAT? Second question is, rap GOAT. And the third question is, do you think we have a chance in the future, maybe, for someone like Jude Bellingham? I see rumors of the generational player, but you know what? FG is gonna spend all the money on strip bars, on strip clubs, and we're not gonna see Jude Bellingham. We're gonna see John McGinn, you know. But yeah, so that's the questions.
Rudy, always a pleasure, bro. We're gonna chop these questions up now.
Sick questions, bro. Trust me. Sick questions,
Okay.
bro. Thank you for the questions, Rudy. And bless up every time, bro. Have a great evening.
No problem, guys.
Have a good one, bro.
Thanks for having
Love,
me.
my bro.
Goodbye.
Ooh.
What did he say? Who's the UFC GOAT? What was the second question?
UFC, then the rap GOAT. I know. Rudy's come with the hardest questions, and then do we think we could get Jude Bellingham in the future?
All right, let me go first.
The minute starts now.
All right. Do I think we could get Jude Bellingham? Yes, I think we can. But again, I think it's all dependent on what the club's looking at for central midfielders. But I think we're definitely looking at him 100%. Who is the UFC GOAT? Oh my day! That is ridiculous. John Jones, GSP, and Khabib. Pick one out of three because I can't. I have to pick John Jones.
Okay.
And bun the PEDs and all that stuff. Who's the rap GOAT? For me personally, it's Biggie.
Cool.
Biggie. Biggie's my guy. Biggie Smalls.
Shout out to Jamie Phillips for the super chat.
Best mic controller.
Congrats, Matt. And Neto Army, I'm coming for you, boy.
Big up Jamie each and every time. My brother.
Always a pleasure.
My G Jamie, trust.
My minute starts now. UFC GOAT, GSP. It would have been Jones, but I can't ignore the failed drug tests and all those things. Rap GOAT, Jay-Z for me. I think Biggie was the most talented rapper we've ever had, but unfortunately he didn't get to showcase it for long enough because of his untimely death. And then for Jude Bellingham, I don't see us getting Jude Bellingham. I think he'll be really, really touted after, and I think he'll just get better and better, and his price will become more and more expensive, and it'll price us out if we're still under this regime.
Whoa, sorry, who did you say was your UFC GOAT?
GSP.
I respect that so highly, and I said it's out of him, Khabib, and thingy. But you see, John Jones, bro. You see, when I started,
considered a GOAT in my opinion.
it's the performance. You know what it is. I don't.
It's not just performance. I've got to look at his whole career. Like his end of his career was brilliant. Like he beat Conor, Poirier, and Gaethje. But before that, you'd argue,
who did he really fight? And he dodged Ferguson a few times, and all this weight cutting business is a bit hoo ha. And could you've done a bit better? I don't fully understand that. GSP. That's why GSP for me was just different gravy.
And he
do you know who else would have been? Yeah, do you know who else would have been in a shout if he didn't end his career as bad as he did? Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, bro.
Did you see him boxing the other night? Shout out to Saint LFC TV if he's watching.
Oh, big as Saint. Saint just messaged me now. Oh, Saint, my brother, you know.
Oh, he did, yeah. Saint, yeah.
Yeah, he messaged me now.
Reminded me
Love
of
all the time, my bro. You know that already.
The fight, the boxing match with Anderson Silva and Chavez Jr. Anderson's a problem, you know.
Bruv.
My guy, Anderson
Silva, you know. The hands, because what it is, Carl, he's arguably the most technically gifted when it comes to hands in the UFC, because he's all right. When it comes from a technical perspective, he's on it. And when it comes to like freestyling and being adventurous and bro, he's just different. Anderson Silva, out of all the boxers, shall I say, or best with their hands, I'll say Anderson Silva in their primes. Anderson Silva was the best, bro. Can I remind you what he did to Forrest Griffin?
And Stephen Bonner when he stood on the cage and moved out the way of the spinning back kick, moved back into the same place. Oh,
and I know Forrest Griffin wasn't the most best or technically gifted striker of all time. He wasn't, bro. But one thing people used to say Forrest was he was tough as nails. You'd have to really beat Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin, was like, I've had enough of you, Anderson. Doing this. Anderson just went, one punch.
Like he spotted him, innit?
Yeah, he went, my guy. My guy, you tried. My guy. Bro, he's different. He's different.
Quality. Selection says apparently we've inquired about Liverpool. I'm guessing that means Mbappe.
Yeah.
He just cleared up Mbappe, according to BBC Sport and French newspapers. Jamie says UFC GOAT is Dana White. Facts. You know what? You got to put Dana in the conversation. Without him, none of it happens, innit?
Dana, Dana.
60 G's, baby. Jamal, welcome to the show, bro. You're on mute, Jamal.
Jamal, you there, bro?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I'm clear now, bro. What's going on, Maji?
Yeah, guys, before you start my 2 minutes, I have a very important question to ask you. Did Daniel Levy offer you the job?
You know what? I'll tell you some inside information that not many people know. Daniel phoned me yesterday. I was eating lunch, and he said, yo, man like Matt, I know you got your little Kopish thing going on right now, but how do you fancy becoming a manager? I said, Daniel, I ain't got time for this, brother. I'll put the phone down. Listen, the brother's not serious. He's not serious. He's not. Daniel Levy's not serious. He's not a serious guy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you can start my minutes now, Carl.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
Yeah. Me and my brethren had a big argument about this, and I say it's only right to bring it to you guys because you guys are the real football guys. You guys know how to football. So the argument was this whole technically gifted thing, because he said to me that James Ward-Prowse is technically gifted, and I was like, no, because when I think of technically gifted, I think about dribblers. That's the first thing that comes into my head. Dribblers. I think that is the main part. And I'm sorry, but Ward-Prowse is stiff, bro. There's no seasoning, no sauce to his game. The guy is not a dribbler. So it's just like an athlete. Because when you think athlete, the first thing that comes to your head is pace. Because I still remember, guys, the best episode, one of the best episodes on Kop-ish was when Drifty said Pierre was our main athlete. Pierre, come on, man. Pierre was techy with it. Pierre didn't rely on his athletic skills. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
So my question for you guys is, what is technically gifted and what is the main part of technically gifted? So for me, I feel technically gifted, you have to be a good dribbler. So yeah, man, that's it. And wait, guys, I have a message on my phone. I think Daniel Levy just now contacted me. I might have to see what he's saying. Yeah, guys, big up.
Big up to yourself.
Big up yourself, Jamal. Big up,
Yeah,
bro.
big up. Yeah, man.
Love, G.
And guys, smash the like button. These guys are legends, and I always say they are the best Liverpool fan channel on YouTube. So, guys, come on, respect them.
Bro.
Thumbs up.
Thank you, Jamal. No, I appreciate it, my brother.
I appreciate it. That's love,
Trust
bro.
me, bro.
Thank you, man.
Listen, man.
All right, Matt.
Technically gifted, you know. All right, let me go first because it's about Ward-Prowse, isn't it? Really?
Well, no, he's kind of saying what's the biggest emphasis you put on technically gifted.
All right. There's two questions because it's like, all right, yeah. I'll answer them now. Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go. All right. So, would I say Ward-Prowse is technically gifted? He's not what I would say is technically gifted, but he has got he is. There's aspects of technically gifted to Ward-Prowse. I will say that, if that makes sense. And when I think of technically gifted, I think of close control, dribbling, shooting, passing, and it's about technique. Technically, how good are you at these things? There's an array of things, but when you think of technically gifted, the first person you think of, like maybe in the Prem, is like, I don't know, technically gifted. Paul Pogba's technically gifted. Kevin De Bruyne technically gifted. These players, they are technically gifted. Thiago, yeah, obviously Thiago. They are technically gifted. James Ward-Prowse, I wouldn't say it, but you can't deny the fact, though, that he's got gifts that are technical, and that is crossing, that's passing, that is trapping the ball. And I
don't think his passing is phenomenal.
His passing is very underrated because it's mainly short passing because of the way how Southampton play. But we can't deny the fact of first touch, Ward-Prowse. If you pinged it at him, you can trap it. If he said to Ward-Prowse, can you ping it 30 yards? I think he can do it. 40 yards, I think he can do it. Can he cross the ball at a high level? Yeah, that's a technique. But what it is, though, bro, when you say technically gifted, people think of the higher echelon of players. That's what that is as well. You get what I'm trying to say? And I saw that about Naby. Chris, yeah? Yeah? I love you, my G, but louder Naby slander, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But now shout out Chris, and if you haven't followed the LFC Day Trippers, go and follow them and go and follow Chris Pratt as well.
I'll be on a show with Chris tonight at 10, so make sure you can join us for that at 10 o'clock.
Trust me, there you go, man. There you go. But no, I think we all have a level of technically gifted, and sometimes we have these thing as fans of the game. You think Messi, Neymar, Ronaldinho, but there are players that aren't on their level.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that they're not technically gifted. If you get what I'm saying, because you see what, Cal, yeah. Would you say Gini Wijnaldum is technically gifted?
So this is me how I'd answer my question. So Liverpool,
I think.
So when it comes to technically gifted, for me it's not just dribbling; it's close control, passing, heading, first touch, crossing. It's all of those.
Ball retention, bro. Everything you just said, Genie has all of them. So prove me wrong. Why is it?
So here's the thing.
Yeah, wrong.
I think you can be technically good and technically gifted. I think he's technically good. I don't think he's technically gifted. So here's the thing. Everyone says about dribbling. I don't think there's anyone who could sit here and tell me that Xabi Alonso is not technically gifted. But Xabi Alonso is not a dribbler.
He's not. But he's technically gifted, though.
He is technically gifted.
Bro,
because his first touch is on point, that passing, free kick take, he's got it. He's got it. So I think it's a wide variety of attributes you have to have, in my opinion.
Sorry, go on. Read that
Oscar says expressions as tapping Tobes, double manager pivot. I'll be honest with you. If Expressions and Tobes got the Tottenham job, I would be over the moon and we'd have comedy gold every
100%.
Can you imagine Expressions on the touchline?
Exactly.
And an interview
with Toby? Listen, shout out to them too as well, because they are two of the hardest Spurs fans as well. And obviously you got Anna as well, and you've got the other guys as well. I've forgotten their names. Correct me, Carl.
You got Henry Wright.
No, the other two brothers that we know. My mind's gone blank. The two Spurs guys, bro. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Spurs guys, Spurs fans, Spurs YouTubers. They're massive. My mind's just gone blank. People tell me their names. They're brothers.
Have we done shows with them?
Yeah! That's why I feel bad. My mind's just gone blank.
Tottenham
Oh my days, bro. Tell me their names, please. Twins. They're not twins, but they're brothers. They look very alike. My mind's just gone blank. Oh my days, bro. Nah, this is shocking. What are their names? Ben and Sim. Yes. Ben and Sim, bro.
I don't think I've worked with Ben and Sim.
You must have.
I don't think I have.
I have. Big up Ben and Sim as well. Big up them, man. They know. They know. We are Tottenham team. You've worked with. Have you not worked with them? Maybe you haven't.
No, I don't think I
Oh,
have.
fair play. Maybe you haven't. Fair play. Now, we are Tottenham TV. I'm so sorry. My G's as well. Ben and Sim, trust me. See, them two, Toby, Expressions, and Anna, for me, they are flying the flag. And I guarantee you from now, if those people there were in the boardroom, they'll do a better job right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. But they know what the team needs. They know what they need, innit? But yeah. We are Tottenham TV. Big up yourselves.
1975 Jamrock says Edwards
So
got
sorry.
11 mil for Wilson last year. Now Benfica are bulking at 30 mil. That's Edwards asking for opportunity cost us last year. I agree with that one. I do. I do. Can't disagree with that.
For real. Ben and Sim, you know, yeah, they're the guys, bro. Shout out Ben and Sim each and every time. We are Tottenham TV.
Look, I'll be honest, the brain isn't what it used to be, so
bro,
forgive me.
I hear you, bro. Man's got 2 kids now, and yeah, it's all mad. It's all mad. It's all mad.
Boy, but Matt, I'm gonna take the people out. Anything you want to say before we head off?
What I can say to these people. What I've been told, no, I'm joking. I'm gonna gas the people up on me like
you're gonna gas me up, bro. I'm leading in everything.
Nah, joking. All I say is these people: smash the like button, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. We will be back on Monday. But obviously, if there's any breaking news, we'll be back before then.
Yeah.
Check out our socials for anything else as well. Listen, people, if you haven't already, go and check out our merch as well. We've got the merch is there. We've got the Allison t-shirts, 2 new t-shirts that's out now as well, and other stuff that we'll be getting some new stuff as well. One other thing I want to say, yeah, Chris, but Ken is technically better than Ryu. Is that right, man? You see, you, Chris, yeah, we're gonna talk, you know. Chris wants
is
to
the wind up.
Yeah, Chris, we're gonna talk, brother. We're gonna talk. And man like Marquez, shout out Marquez, man like Matt of his KFC. Yeah, damn right. I got KFC sauces. Shout out man like Marquez, my brother, you know.
Nah, massive love to everyone. And yeah, as Matt says, I just echo everything. Smash the like button, continue to support us, drop us DMs and suggestions and stuff. I'll admit, in my personal DMs, I've not checked them out for a little while, but I am going to catch up with that over the weekend. So I will hit up some people and get back to people. Thanks for the patience on that. But yeah, until Monday, unless you see us before then, have a blessed weekend, have a brilliant weekend, and have a good one, people. Thank you very much.
Allez,